There we go, ready to go. We have some people out today, so, the agenda we're gonna put aside for right now. I don't see anything that's urgent that will be on the agenda. Right, great, because we have a guest speaker with us, yay. I'd love to welcome Haley Val.
Balcamo.
Thank you. Sorry, I practiced that ahead of time. And you're from the capital region. I'll let you, I'll let you.
Yeah. So nice to meet you all. My name is Haley Balcamo. I'm a sustainability planner with the Capital District Regional Planning Commission, or CDRPC for short. So we help communities navigate the NYSERDA Clean Energy Communities Program and the DEC or New York State Climate Smart Communities Program. So we're contracted by both of those agencies to help municipalities. And yeah, part of that is working through certification, helping you identify funding sources, anything really that pertains to certification. And Rich and I met earlier and noticed that the city's certification is going to expire next year, next September 2026. So if you wanted to recertify, next year. So there are 3 application cycles. One in, let me check this, January, April, and July. I should know this. Yeah, January, April, and July. So the next application date is January 9th, then April 10th, and then July 10th. So you have 3 chances to recertify before you lose your certification status. I reviewed your application. There are a number of actions that are expired that you received points for previously, but not to worry, it doesn't mean you lose those points. It just means you show that you're continuing to work in those areas, or that you've these things are still active. I have a shared Google Drive if you're interested that you can use to kind of collect documentation for your actions that have expired. I also have an action tracking checklist, basically a checklist of all the actions in the program, which ones you've been approved for, which actions have expired. And then we can also walk through this checklist and see what you can still get points for that you didn't receive points for previously. So like charging stations or whatever else. And then if there's anything jumps out at you that you're interested in pursuing, let me know. I can help identify funding sources or something, anything like that. So.
Good, thank you. Just so everyone's aware, on January, April, and July, that's when we submit our documentation to Climate Smart, to the website, and then they okay it, and then, but we need to re-up by September to keep our bronze level status, is that it?
Yeah.
How long do those points last then?
So your certification status, once you recertify, you hold certification for 5 years. But each action within your application has an expiration date. So like the task force and the coordinator have a 1-year expiration date. So you can recertify as many times as you want as you make your way towards silver. It's kind of like a board game for those. Does everyone know Climate Smart, or is it foreign? I don't know. I like it too, like a board game. So you have 120 points, but you can keep recertifying like 150 points, 170 points. As you make your way to 300 points, reach silver.
So how many points do we need before September?
120.
And do we have any, or we need to re-up all 120 points?
You currently have that are active points. 44 points that are not expired.
And that won't expire before September.
Correct.
Okay, so then you know, almost 80 points. What do you recommend are the points that we should go after?
I recommend, well, the points are separated out by, there are 2 mandatory points, so, or actions. that's the task force and the coordinator, so you must have those. Those are both expired currently, but you have to show that your task force is active and that you have, an appointed coordinator leading the group. Both of those actions cumulatively are 30 points
Total.
total. And then you need 3 priority actions. So that's the next step, is identifying which priority actions you can pursue. So if you've worked on a comp plan anytime in the last 10 years,
Mhm.
and there are sustainability elements, you can get points for that. Yes,
Just completed our comp plan process.
perfect. Okay,
With sustainability, then it's sustainability.
here's a list of like 13 different. It is. You don't have to get points for every single element, so we can work through that. Complete streets policy, EV charging stations. Natural resources inventory,
We have one,
you do have one,
but
okay.
what year?
The look back is 10 years, at least 10 years old.
So within, yes, more recent than that.
Perfect. Okay. And actually, I believe, Joshua, I think you worked on that, maybe the, cart. kind of-
Yeah, exactly.
So you get, 37 points for that. So you have, I think you're golden.
Yes.
So like, yeah, in terms of priority action, and that is also a big chunk of points. You had previously a climate change education and engagement priority action that's now expired, and that was. Let's see what that was.
Did you say a party action?
It was, if the action is called climate change education and engagement. And it's priority action.
Sorry.
Oh, this was for your flood preparedness guide. It's created in 2020. So that has a look back date of 1 year, so anything, we can work on it if you want. So yeah, what I recommend is kind of going through it, working on the mandatory actions first, then the priority actions, and then the rest we can do it toward the end. So kind of strategize. And like I said, I have this Google Drive and we can point. Whoever wants to take the lead on certain actions and collect documentation and work with me to complete those. I just went through the application. A bunch of folks have access to this, but I think we'll work on who, it's up to you, who wants to formally submit the documentation and the application.
Yeah, if everyone who's had access, who's working this for the past several years, still has access into the system, so I think we'll narrow that down to who's left here now.
Yeah, and then,
and have access for folks.
Right, who's on the CSM, if you want. Right, so we 4 of us, plus anyone else, Nathan's already in there. Yeah, and anyone else. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. Oh, Michael has access as well. It's a lot. It sounds like the 80 points are fairly doable, even just by January, if we just go through it.
mhm,
You know, it doesn't sound like it's impossible. You know, we got 30 points just for saying that we have a team now. Again. Right. So what I'll do is we'll go through the people who are there right now. We'll take out the people who are no longer with us, and then we'll add this group in there as well. And then everyone will have access to it. And I know that Michael Hare and Tom down years ago went through it. It's so much information. I mean, even just going through all the action items is, it can take months, even just to figure out what's the low hanging fruit, I think, just the easy points to get. And the idea behind all of it is what, so after we get so many points, then what?
so you need at least 120 to get your certification. The DEC will publicly recognize you, you'll get a sign that you can hang on the wall. And then if you apply for any grants through the CFA, the consolidated funding application, like this climate smart grants, like a brownfield grant, things like that. Your application is scored higher, grant application is scored higher because you're certified. In addition, the Clean Energy Communities program is currently closed, but they're going to reopen, we're told in April. So there'll be a new pot of funding, and Climate Smart certification earns a huge chunk of points, so that would also qualify you for more match-free grant funding through that program as well.
What was that grant called in?
Clean Energy Communities,
which is related but separate
yeah,
to climate smart. So for instance, the money that we got this year through the lawn, the electric lawn equipment, as well as the EV chargers and the light bulbs, all of that money was through Clean Energies.
mhm,
So the next to program versus the DEC program.
yeah. And actually, you remind me, all of those initiatives then gain points in the Climate Smart program.
Oh.
So that's like low hanging fruit. I think there's a whole action for electric landscape equipment, for,
For the factory purchasing.
yeah, for, an energy reduction campaign, so the light bulb, and then your EV charging station, as well as any actions you got approved for under the Clean Energy Communities program.
Like our streetlights, for instance, we now have the LED streetlights. So that we got points for it, so, right.
Yeah.
There were a few other things.
Do we already have like a bit of like a laundry list of these things that we've done over time that kind of align or apply, or should we just start making the list and?
I mean, we can see what we've checked off in the past. Like I said, this has been through multiple people too. So
Yeah.
we had another task force 5 years ago
Yeah.
that got us to the bronze level. So now we have to re-up the bronze. So yeah, we can see what we've already accomplished. I mean, I guess once you have access, you can show it. So, right.
Oh, so it's already all under, but anything new, yeah, anything new that,
Anything, you know,
that's what I mean, like whatever we have in there from our previous makes sense.
Yeah, see, that's-
Yes, but anything new, just making sure we know it aligns.
I mean, I for this, the question is like going through it and figuring out, oh, yeah, we did that.
Yeah,
Like, I think one of.
exactly. Yeah.
Right, like one of the things may be like having a farmer's market, which is like, oh yeah, we have one of those. But you have to fill out the form and upload the form and to get the points and to prove that you have a farmer's market somehow. Right.
Pictures.
Yeah, they want, they want to also show that the municipality plays a role in the farmer's market. So if it's like an independent farmer's market, you won't have points. However, if the City of Hudson's website features the farmer's market on the website, then it shows that it has municipal backing. But this is also why I have this checklist in the shared Google Drive, is I can share it with all of you, and you can go through, or we could also plan another meeting where we kind of go through action by action and just identify what you've done already. And then I can answer questions about each one, like what documentation is needed and what they're looking for and things like that. Because you likely have done so many of these. I've done a lot of them already. Like the tree planting, that's another one that gets points. Yeah.
And what are some of the grants that are available with the clean energy that's coming in, clean energy tools is coming up in April? Do you know, or is it gonna be similar to this year?
It'll probably be similar what I'm told, and things can change. It's nicer, I think, they're likely to change. But, there's going to be, what I'm told is 2 different tracks essentially, so like a cohort track. And then, the similar, what you're used to is just a points-based track where you achieve actions and earn points and then unlock grant funding. And those projects are all clean energy projects, so you want more landscape equipment, HVAC upgrades, building upgrades like insulation, energy audits for your municipal buildings, electric vehicles, electric charging stations, interior, exterior lighting upgrades. I mean, there's a whole list of things you can do. Their focus really, I think, will be on building decarbonization, so they'll want to prioritize that thing, but we'll see how they bring it.
We also got points because the DMV, for instance, keeps track of all electric vehicles that are registered in the city. So I think after we got 5 electric vehicles, we got so many points, and then 10, but we have to, see where we're at now, as well as the HVAC equipment too. Every code enforcement keeps track of the HVACs, and so every 5 or 10, we get more points towards clean areas.
Yeah.
So it just means like going back to these departments and, having them do extracts for us and, uploading that information.
Yeah. There's a lot of legwork, but it's doable, and I'm here to help however you. However you need.
But the money is out there. We just have to, like you said, just do the legwork and upload the information, and then they approve it. Yeah.
You talk to the mandatory, setting up the task force and the coordinator. I mean, I know you started the process not too long ago, Sam, with the task force, I thought, developing, and then wasn't sure if we.
Well, I thought Michael had taken it
Or
over.
maybe-
that's why.
maybe Michael.
Yeah, so that's why, but all we have to do is say
It's just
who's in
fill out-
charge
fill out
and then
the
just
paperwork.
have meetings, right? And then we're,
What's the framework? I mean, I'm very familiar with the task forces and the coordinator role, but like, what's actually required as part of the mandatory piece?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, it needs to be either established by executive memo from the mayor or city council, resolution. Appointing the task force and the coordinator. And for the coordinator, it's key that they identify the roles and responsibilities of that position.
Okay.
And then you'll need meeting minutes for the group as well. And it is typical, and a lot of groups who have CICs have a subcommittee, like Town of Gallatin has this, where, I mean, it's the same group, they just meet over wine and talk
Okay.
climate, like they have their CIC meeting, and they're like, oh, this is recorded, I don't want to throw it. But no, they do, I mean, we meet at town hall and they go, but you can have like subcommittees that are assigned as part of like a CAC, if you want to go that route.
Uh-huh.
And then just have like your subcommittee meeting after, however you want to structure it.
So a certain number of meetings per, and for like fiscal year, how does that, what does that look like?
Yes, you need, at least two meetings per year.
Oh,
You need to submit meeting minutes for two meetings.
and you said submit meeting minutes?
And then for the task force, they'll want to see a mix of elected officials and volunteers from the community. And you can also include staff as well, municipal staff, if they want to kind of see a mix, that it's not just all volunteers.
Clearly.
That's official, done. There you go. So and all that information is there. I mean, they give the requirements and the climate SWOT documentation there. We just have to go there and like figure it out.
Yeah, would we have to get another, like an updated executive memo, or is the previous one, does that expire, or can we?
Another resolution from common council.
Yeah, do we need,
Yeah,
we will need that,
yeah. Take it off.
yeah,
Just get it through.
okay.
But we could probably get some, what we should do, and I'm thinking, is get everyone access to the system.
Yep.
And then have maybe a subcommittee meeting, whoever wants to work on it, and go through this, and whatever we can get done by January 9th, that first deadline, we could just maybe, just get it done wherever we can.
maybe we can expand the saplings. Right?
Multiple subcommittees.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple of, whatever, however many meetings.
That's our treat committee. If you couldn't gather from the name.
With the expand the saplings.
Cute little butterfly name.
Any other questions or?
Well, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'll share this spreadsheet. I guess I'll share it with you, Rich, and you can share it.
The first step is we'll get everyone access to the system
Okay,
and we'll get everyone, we'll get you access, so you can go in there, and then what we'll do is we'll figure out who wants to have a separate meeting, and we'll just do that, once everyone has access. They'll give everyone some time to go through it themselves, and then we'll sit down and figure it out. But it seems like the extra 80 points that we need is doable between us. Yeah. And then, yeah. Yes, Lloyd.
So I'm just curious up to the silver, how big of a leap is that?
silver's 300 points, bronze is 100 points.
So 180, more points. And about universe of how many points?
How many points total?
So it's not undoable, another 180 points. And what does that get us?
There's 1,202 points total.
1,200.
Yeah.
So we need only a quarter of one of the universe.
Yeah,
It gets us better recognition when we apply for grants, basically.
And is there a level above the silver?
not yet. There's talk of a gold, but they haven't,
They're not gold yet.
not yet.
Seems like it would be coming, but
Yeah,
just put the two in.
So the climate smart, there's no real climate smart grants per se. But we get the climate smart points so that when we do apply for other grants, but the clean energy is the actual grant.
well, there are climate smart grants, but they're not tied to getting certified. So even if you're just a municipality not participating in this program, you can still apply for those grants. And they come out they're released in May, the deadline's in July. There's, their 50% match. I think you can use, it can be in kind as well, but there are two pathways. So there's a certification pathway. They'll help fund up to 22 actions in the program. They outline which 22 there are, but significant amount. And the lowest, the grants range from 10,000 to 50,000 for that one. And then the other one is implementation. So like installing culverts, or, right sizing culverts, things like that, like physically changing, implementing projects. And that, I think it's like $100,000 or 50,000 to 100,000. But again, they're 50% match, so that's why they're not as popular as the NYSERDA ones,
Right.
because those grants are match free.
Yes, Lloyd.
Do you have anything concerning like redoing your sewers?
I have to look into it.
Because
Maybe.
we're undergoing a major sewer project. Multiple millions of dollars, 66, is it? $1 million
Yeah.
we're going after, so I don't know if that's something that would qualify.
I'll look into it. I can let you know. I don't know off the top of my head.
And it seems
Thank
like
you.
should be getting rid of the
Yeah,
CSOs.
definitely.
What about participation in like NISAC or the Columbia County Climate Task Force, like association?
Mhm.
Does that offer us points in
Yes, so,
the system?
under partnerships with other entities, and you just have to explain what that partnership is,
Yeah.
especially if it's like with the Columbia County
Mhm.
Climate Carnival, like
Uh-huh.
if, what your role was in like planning, like with the county. Things like that, or even participating in county climate action plan, stuff like that, so then they would just wanna see that there's equal collaboration across.
Which, speaking of which, I sent everyone an email, this NICOM environmental
Yep.
webinars, which are happening this coming week, actually. So,
And are the expiration dates really clear on the website, like when you go into the accounts, it's easy to see that information. Okay.
I can just like show you the screen.
Well, that's okay.
You can filter the actions by what's been expired.
Yeah.
When you go into your application, there's like you can filter by priority actions, by mandatory actions, by what's expired, what's approved, et cetera, so you can kind of look alternatives, see what those are. I will mention before, you'll need to register for your own account before we assign you to the Hudson, City of Hudson application. And you just go to the, climatesmart.ny.gov website where it says sign in, you click that and just create an account for yourself.
And we'll use our city.
Yeah, I'll send out instructions.
Okay.
with everyone. So like, you start an account first and then we'll connect you in. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Cool.
Yeah, they'll make sure everyone can get it. Right, we'll clean up the list. Cool, so we have over for this. But it's good. Okay, it'll be fun. Any other questions? Oh, no question.
So just the format, is this like an online website that you check off? It's not like something you can download to Excel or anything like that?
You can download your old application and see all the materials that you submitted. But yes, it is an online
It's,
website. And one thing to keep in mind is anything you submit will be public record, so just keep in mind what you upload. And once it's approved, it's
well,
public.
it keeps it so much more minimal.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please, thank you.
And this should give us some points as well, I imagine. This should give us some points, I imagine,
Yes, yes.
participation in the SUNY grant.
I like
Which
it
is
both
its
silver.
coordination.
Okay, so for next steps, what I'll do is I will send out an email to everyone on how you can set up your own account.
Yep.
And then from there, we'll go through and we'll link people in. And then we'll just give us another basic instructions on how you can just go through the website and just see what we've done so far. But I think once you're in, you see all City of Hudson action items,
Mhm.
right? Potential done and to be done,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So the hard part, I think, is just getting them and sorting through it all because it's like,
One thing at a time.
working at a time.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think, and then you think we can get some stuff in by January? So if we were to do this, what do you folks think? What are the chances of us getting some actions done by January for the first deadline?
I think so. What is it, the first?
Is
Do
it
we have-
September? We have to,
We-
we
Yeah.
have to re-up.
Just to clarify, there are 3 opportunities to recertify.
Yes, of
And-
course, September. Yeah.
Can we continue to upload points throughout those 3, or do we have to submit everything by one of those dates?
You need to submit everything by one of those.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah, it's not piecemeal like the CEC.
Oh, it's one shot.
You need to collect all your
Good question.
points, submit it. I recommend trying to submit like January, April, because the DC, if your application isn't approved, the DC provides feedback on every single action and what's missing. So you have at least one more shot of July to certify, identify the problems that they noted.
Yeah.
And then you can,
You give one shot, but if you deny, you get another shot.
yeah, you can keep, once you're certified, you can keep applying.
Well, that's just 2 different answers to the question. I'm confused.
So you can't, you need 120 points cumulatively before you can officially submit. You can't submit like
Oh,
5 actions and then another.
you have to be going for a particular level.
Yes, you need like a package of actions that account.
Complete package.
Yes,
To get to the level of certification.
Okay, that I understand.
yeah, and
Alright.
that package includes the 2 mandatory actions and 3 priority actions.
And that's it,
Well, and 120 points total.
right? Yes,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
so then so let's just a hypothetical, if I may, this coming year, let's just say we submit by January or April for the 120 points. So let's just say we continue to note that we have other things that we've done. So would we have to wait for the next year to submit additional points, or like to move from bronze to silver, would we have to basically just submit the difference or resubmit the entire package again?
you would, so.
And let me know if that didn't make.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
So once you're approved for your 120 points, those actions are set. So if they're approved, they have their expiration date, right?
Okay,
And you work on new initiatives and you accumulate more points. You can recertify for those new points, because you don't, the other actions are approved, they're set in stone.
okay.
Bronze.
Yeah, and you can kind of like creep your way towards silver. There's no rule against that.
Okay,
So-
but we could only submit though, January, April, those are the only three, and what was it, July?
July,
So
yeah,
every year, those are the only 3 times to resubmit for new points.
right,
Right.
Yeah.
So we can piecemeal new points, we can't piecemeal recertification
yes,
for 120.
yes,
So anything other than 120, we could just keep doing,
Oh.
doing.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, just the
So
initial,
once you get the bronze and you're in,
Yeah.
then
Have a walk
it's
through
this
that,
year,
yeah.
so,
Gotta make sure.
if you, silver's 300 points, but if
so we get the, let's say you get 120 in January, let's be optimistic.
yeah,
And then we got, let's say the sewer project, they wanna give us 2,000 points, right? And so could we this year apply for the silver after we get the bronze?
definitely, yeah.
Okay, that's, okay,
Or if you have the 120 and then you accumulate up to 200 points, you can submit again and lock in 200 points. And then work toward those next 100 to get to silver.
okay, that would,
Just lock in your approved actions so that.
Yeah.
How many silver communities are there in New York State?
There are 24.
I was looking at the map, yeah.
Yeah.
how do we do it?
Locally, what's the climate?
Columbia County, there's New Lebanon and Town of Austerlitz are the only.
That makes sense.
Town of what?
Of the two silvers.
Austerlitz,
Austin.
yeah, are the only silvers. Yeah. But I know Canaan and Ghent are kind
And
of.
yeah, it gets-
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, all it takes is a dedicated.
Gallatin just
Yeah,
got.
to do it.
Yeah.
Sounds like, well, no, I don't think,
It's on, the race is on.
a lot of parties.
Columbia County's amazing. It's just like healthy competition around this program.
We could go, spy on again.
Are you getting anything for being in the county seat?
No.
Can we see what the other municipalities, how they achieved?
Well, they're
silver?
public, yeah, they're.
Yeah, they are.
public.
It's all public,
Definitely.
so we can see how they got to silver,
Good idea.
because maybe those are the easy, those are
It's
easy.
gonna be better, Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
And most of them would be happy to like talk with you too.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Fine. She would probably know a lot of them. Yeah.
And the Columbia County Task Force
Yeah.
meetings are helpful for sharing lessons learned.
Yes. Yeah.
all right. Anything else? This was really good, this was very helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, no, it really, it helps, it's not an easy concept to explain, so, thank you.
It's especially after you've been doing clean energy communities, which like work similarly, but not quite the same, it's confusing, but yeah. Feel free to reach out.
And so if we need help with anything, we could always reach out to you or schedule some more meetings.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I can always come to meetings or, shoot me or whatever. Like, oh, that's what I'm here for.
I'll send out an email tomorrow to everyone and start.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there, and then we'll get everyone linked in, and then I'll send out another email of how everyone can access the information. And then we can set up a separate, maybe a subcommittee meeting, of which action items to tackle. And who knows, maybe January range is doable.
Yeah.
For the 120, because.
It might be worthwhile just to go for the base and then get that, so it's done, and then we can continue accumulating.
Right.
We can continue working to accumulate.
Because if something is rejected for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We got time to resubmit.
Yeah.
Right.
Next 3 months.
We have 3 months. Clock's ticking.
I will be out of maternity leave in March, but my coworker will be covering, and she's fantastic, so it'll be good for us, just a heads up. So if you go for it, well, thanks. So, but anyway, she's great. She works with half of the county municipalities, so we're kind of like tag team Columbia County.
Oh, here,
Yeah,
you cover, which counties do you cover?
we cover the 8-county capital region, so Warren and Washington, all the way down to Columbia and Greene. Yeah, but Columbia County is by far the most active in this program, so 2 of us need to split the county. It's awesome, it's a good day.
No, well, Columbia County is.
I feel like we should have some type of celebration.
We'll probably have to do it later.
Every other year. Every other year.
Excited.
Smart park,
Go on.
climate smart park.
Yes, every other year, John. We do it every other year.
Maybe. Epic challenge. Okay.
Oh,
That'd be kind of fair.
oh, wait. Are we? What are you talking about?
Yeah, good plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm upset, but I don't
It
know.
wasn't this summer, right? It was
At the
summer.
fairgrounds,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, next year.
And
Okay, well,
Or is it like a climate?
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anyone else, any other questions,
Have a table.
comments? No, okay. Motion to adjourn? Are we good?
For the,
Oh, for the evening?
Well, there's nothing else we
Do
can just.
you want to continue? Should we continue?
I think you did.
Yeah, sure. We're the active.
Yeah, sure, there's something else to talk about, Mitch.
All right.
We're right.
You have to tell me twice. Let's go.
We're dedicated.
Sam, do you want to share about?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. I'll
Thank
send
you,
you,
thank you.
send you an email tomorrow.
Yes, we'll figure it, we'll sort of solve it out.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Nice to meet you.
All right.
I do.
We're gonna hold up on the, so, okay, so membership, so Aaron has resigned officially, so we have one open position. As far as everyone knows, the budget for next year will be decided tomorrow at 3:00 here in this room.
And
So we've asked for
you can access.
double what we asked for last year, $130,000. I guess it would back to our new question, or second question, we could. Do we have a list of trees to be planted for the street tree program for next year? To cover, you know,
that's an Andrew question. I should know, I should know, I think we do.
We
Yeah.
kind of went through it and then I think David, yeah, I thought so.
okay, fine. All right.
So he's, he
I mean, that's gonna come up tomorrow, if they ask. him.
I thought he said that they, like, we can always add more trees.
That
Like,
there's, okay, we have a waiting list, we have a waiting list.
yeah, exactly.
Great.
I think it was fine.
Andrew's also said that the light bulbs, he sent an email. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so Andrew's updates are, he received a quote from Rise and Run for fall planting. We have a budget for 5 additional trees and 5 additional locations. That's coming in under 6,000. He's putting for some revisions, the light bulbs, the latest light bulb shipment has been received. Everyone is very happy and responded affirmatively. Continue helping us to distribute them. Also, we want to go through close Andrew's coming back next week. The BMC sloop voyage, the boat's journey is underway. Things are proceeding. It was just a receiving. The tree has been planted. I don't know when it was requested, so. Oh, I have to go speak there. That's
October, that's the 20th, right?
That's the 20th. That's
It's a
next
Monday.
Monday.
Like,
To be able to.
At what time did we say?
30.
Three,
I think
that's
it
what I
was
thought.
30.
Great.
Yeah.
I have to say a few words like,
Bless
thank you very much for coming.
And for this tree,
Justin Weaver's coordinating with Chelsea, but okay, I think the mayor's gonna be there too.
yeah.
Hudson Greenkeepers, Hudson Greenkeepers, so he sent a draft Andrew sent a draft last month of his program of how to get volunteers involved, you
Yeah.
know, maintaining trees, so we're gonna talk about that next month. That'll be on the agenda for this month. Okay, so light bulb exchange, all light bulbs have been ordered and received, so from now on, we're just like distributing light bulbs. That closes out that grant line, so that we want to close that one in the year. The EV car charger grants, right now the RFP is out. We had a revised RFP that went out this week until the end of the month, so we're waiting for that. Waiting to get some proposals in, because these even these charging ports behind City Hall have to be replaced now, some of them. not one. Arbor Day, so Arbor Day for 2025, as Andrew said, we have like $6,000 left and he's already in conversation to, finish that up. The tree ordinance, I believe it's still illegal with Nathan, so I'll leave that on hold. Anti-idling laws, which is, with the Common Council.
Is it, that's what I was, yeah, I haven't heard any more.
Yeah. That's it, and I think that's not passed. See people voting this.
It's like a kind of point.
And we get
Yeah.
points for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I even get, I wonder if same for tree limbs.
I would just, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the tree. The tree grant, so I talked to Cody today from the Harry Howard tree, the guy who planted the Harry Howard tree, so. Said he's gonna plant it when the first frost comes. So we're gonna find that. He said, well, anyway. I sent an email back to the DEC. With, and said this is our conversation, and they're gonna, so I CC Tyler, and Paula from the DEC to let them know that, okay, everything is, they're gonna come back in after the first frost, I guess, which. Yes, not sure.
Be a surprise.
He said he would do it, so he is all on board, and I sent with your Google Drive and pictures of, that we need 10 trees replanted.
Yeah.
So he said he will do it. Like I said, the DEC is on, CC'd on every email, so it's all documented.
Good.
Columbia County Climate Smart Committee, is there anything on the county level we should know about?
Then to update
No, okay, fine.
my phone.
The fountains by the park, which are working by the park on state between 3rd and 4th. So,
I did grumble for gravel
oh, you brought.
and
That's
got it.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yes, all we need is to get a truck because they won't, they don't wanna, get wrist slapped, and I understand, because and also it's a very difficult place to offload, because there isn't really even clearance on the sidewalk, because there's those, bicycle
Right,
things there, so we need to get someone with a truck. And
Travel.
well, as much as we need, he figured it out, Mark at Colorado figured it out. I think it originally was gonna be 9 tons, but it's not that much. It's a few tons of gravel. It's not that expensive. It's the screening sand, basically. So he figured it out, but we just have to do the timing with him and get a truck. And, like I have a couple of wheelbarrows, just get our crew together of our volunteers with brooms, and we'll need a hose and other things, and we'll just do it. We just have to have time to do it. Huh?
is it a lot of gravel? Should we ask DPW for help, or can we do it?
Well, you could, I didn't want to put something extra on Rob's plate, but if he's up for it, it would probably make sense to have them involved to help
We
out,
should
but,
just break 300.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Know that's going on, but I didn't want to presume, like, yeah, the Turks, but they might be willing to,
Yeah, I mean, he's very helpful digging the hole.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
So, I'll certainly send off I just found out, last night, actually, Mark called me last night and said, yes, you got it.
Oh, great.
So, I'll write a memo to everybody, Rob,
It's nice to grow up.
Let
Just so
him know.
he should be in on the bottom.
Oh, absolutely. So, this is the Eagle Break Park,
Yeah, what part of it?
all of it, really,
All of it.
because,
So it's gonna just be spread down to fill in the gaps.
yeah, when all those little squares,
Yeah,
a lot of, in some areas it's worn away more than others. But it really needs help, because no one with a wheelchair can roll up
Yeah.
that, and no one with a high heel can walk.
Yeah.
Or even if you have a rolling bag or something.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Right, because that whole staircase was built to be ADA compliant. And when you get to the top of the staircase, you can't get to the park.
Yeah. So.
All right, great.
It wouldn't like wash away though, right? Like in With the strong.
It will wash away.
It will.
It will,
Is
but
that
it's,
what's in the first, was it there? the
well,
first-
who knows what they put in there? And I'm just thinking as we're talking, they can maybe offload in the alley, actually.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even think of that in the alley, because that's midway between, that would probably be the perfect place to do it. But yeah, some of it, you know, it's inevitable unless it's, you know, solidified with some sort of mortar or whatever, but even then with the elements, it just goes away.
There are some parts of it which are flat, where,
Yeah.
you know, the idea is that grass and whatnot takes root in it and keeps it together, which there are parts that has happened. But the main drag of it is a mess.
But having, I don't know if DPW has a vehicle like this, but some sort of roller to sort of pack it down a little further, as they might.
Packing.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, I just had a lot put in, at work, and, I mean, it was
Yeah.
a different
So I think
surface,
with
but
this,
that's sort of needed for the
you-
gravel.
I don't think you use the same kind of packing, because it's.
Because of the
cement
structure,
squares, but it's usually, I mean, from when I've done things like, it's a broom, it's like literally like a janitor's broom. And you broom it until it's level, and then you wet it, and then you wait, and then you do it until it's seems like it's set, but, I'm gonna have another discussion with them, with two, to make sure that, the best product they have, but he was saying the screening sand. And I guess that's the best, but, you know, I'll ask them if there's anything else that would be more or less.
Yeah. The parking lot is looking at DPW fix the fountain, so the
Yeah.
fountain is down Baldwin.
Yeah.
You know, we've got the Goose Park, the pollinator garden there, so that's blessing. So, yeah. All right, good, thank you, thank you. I have on this agenda climate action plan for Hudson.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
why.
haven't heard any updates in a long time on that.
Okay.
There was some talk,
Okay, I'll move
but
that.
it's been a while since I've heard it. Yeah, I don't think there's been progress as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so the Candid Foundation Directory, grants and membership. So, yeah,
Still have access to that.
you still have access, so that membership is what? I'm sorry, I know you said you said this to me.
I think it's $49 or something a month, something like that.
I think. I mean, I'll talk to them, talk during the budget meeting tomorrow, and let them know about that, you know, that we'll budget for that for next year.
It would be,
Also, I have access and I'm happy to pull whatever it is that you need for that. I have the full access. It's actually my boss's account, he said I could use it for this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Thank you,
Yeah, sure.
thank you. Okay, that's great. And then the tree planting ceremony is set for October 20th. That's all done. And I think that's all I have.
I answered, Peg Patterson had reached out to you, to us, to CAC about her tree being trimmed or something. She lives on Lower Warren Street, Peggy Patterson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and, so I spoke with her, and basically, well, I'll circle back again with Roger, find out when, we're thinking best time to do it probably is when they're putting in the lights for Christmas. You know, they'll have trucks there with guys and dealing with the trees.
Or,
I feel like I have to take it down.
yeah,
Where
wait,
the lights
wait,
go.
the question is what, do they need to be trimmed?
Yes,
That's what Brit was working on with DPW. She was going around and helping, telling them how to trim trees.
yeah, she sort of did, yes, the true. But
So,
not recently,
gotcha.
and
That might be a Brit question. I'll ask her first, see where they're currently, where they stand with that.
okay,
And then, right, so the lower Warren trees need to be trimmed, is that it?
just hers,
Oh,
just hers. Mine, I don't like mine. Leave my tree alone. Don't touch my tree. But, yeah. Actually, if we pursue some of the, grants that I identified on the foundation directory, the park foundation. If, we will probably have to go through the, Hudson Community Development Corporation. And I'll probably talk with Britt then anyhow, probably two birds with one stone, because we have to let them know.
Two birds with one stone.
Yeah. No, we're not killing birds. No, no. But anyway,
So
oh,
I have a question on the grant, if you don't mind. So yeah, I'm very happy to help out if I can like support you in any way. So what were you looking for exactly with the grants? Was there like a specific, thing that you wanted to fund or
well,
just like any general?
Danielle had a couple of ideas for projects, and
Yeah.
basically anything that comes under the umbrella of environmental and or, energy saving, the things that we were discussing at the meeting today, but we don't have, I don't have a specific project in mind right now. I mean, the only thing I can think just vaguely is working with people to do something on the waterfront, maybe to help with the ecology of the water. But,
We also had applied for grants about a year or two ago, a DEC grant, a 75 grant to help maintain the trees that we have, like take down some dead trees.
Pruning.
Yeah.
Removal.
So we didn't get that grant, unfortunately, whatever, didn't get it in time. But that would be helpful because we do do a tree inventory. And in that tree inventory, we have certain trees that are either diseased or dying or dead or rather need to be taken down. It's just a lot of money to take down a tree.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I saw I think you had three, like pending grants that are like coming up that, you can apply for. Have you looked at the foundations that have donated to Hudson in the last, like, 15 years? Or is that like more something for, I don't know, the common council, and you don't want to like step on their toes with it?
I personally have not done that, although I know sometimes I think of the last one we applied to because we were funded the year before, so they said, like, they won't give you every year, but it pays to actually, keep track because of that. Which ones have funded Hudson or the city in the past, which one might possibly fund in future, but I haven't looked at that, but that's a good suggestion.
I mean, the city has grant writers, so we can bounce off of them, every now and then they'll send something our way that we think we might be interested in. I could, I could introduce you to our grant writers and see, what they're working on.
Yeah, sure, because I was wondering more, so the foundations we usually work with, like, they're very open to grant ideas, and like, a lot of times, if, this is usually like larger scale cities, but like, if they want to secure large grant, funds from philanthropies, like, they go to them with the idea like, hey, like, we really have this vision for the city, and we think like, blah, 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 like, climate areas are really important, what do you think? So it's like, if they come out with the grant already with you in mind, then it's like super easy, right?
Yeah.
So it's more, when I was looking down the list and I was also in the directory and I was like, oh, there's like 15 or so foundations that regularly donate to Hudson. So I wonder if there's that conversation already, but sometimes like the city council or county council don't want, like other committees and stuff to be going in with their relationship and like having those conversations.
Yeah, I don't.
Need a grant coordinator.
We do need a grant coordinator. We do not have a grant coordinator. We need a grant coordinator. Because right now, there's like each department, you have various departments that are going out and getting grants and they each have their own requirements and, deadlines and things like that. And so there's matching funds. There's not a lot of coordination in the city itself. I mean, we applied for a grant for like a park, for instance, that we said that we need to set aside matching funds for various grants as well, which need to be allocated. So we need the city needs an overall grant coordinator, because it just kind of falls in different departments and then everyone and no one's doing it. at the same time.
To answer a question, if we were to look back 10, 15, or 20 years, would Heather be the resource to let us know where we got money in the past? How would we?
10 years ago, I don't think we were going after many grants. There was the Hudson Development Corporation. They were, Sheena Savino, who was going after grants, but as the HDC, which is a nonprofit company.
They got a lot of money.
City. Yeah. But, I mean, I guess it sort of falls, I don't know, the grant coordinator position, Michael Hoffman was doing that job, and it was beyond.
We would have an idea.
It's beyond the scope of his, the mayor roles. So it's a position that doesn't fall under the treasurer, doesn't fall under the mayor. Yeah,
Now everyone's just kind of doing your own thing.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we need you.
Yes. So the city does need a grant coordinator. We need a lot, but yes, that's on the list. Like for instance, even the tree trimming, the city doesn't have a parks department. So it would be great but we'd have to amend the charter to get a parks department, which is a whole big process. And we have to carve out the budget for a parks department to have it. So, but once we get a parks department, we qualify for additional grant money and things like that. So it is a charter revision. So, yeah. One thing at a time. Yeah.
Well, yeah, go ahead, one thing I was talking
Take a
about.
picture.
Yeah, but I'll also proposal ideas too, that, did we share that with her?
No, I just saw the list of.
Happy to share, it, yeah, and just so you can see what ideas we have, it's swirling around and, yeah. I have one other thing to bring up, we kind of talked about it, like maybe a little while ago, but it was the New York State Association of Conservation Commissions.
Yes.
Their
Yeah.
conference is coming up October 24th to 25th. It's in Kingston. I don't know if we're a member, but,
Yes, we are.
oh, we are. Okay.
Yes.
So if anybody wanted to attend in person, it's $108.55, or remote is $12. So I don't know if the whole conference, sometimes certain things are available virtually, but sometimes it's the whole conference. So it depends. I don't know what the distinction is there.
We
So
have a few extra bucks left over in the budget as well.
I would be able to go because I'll have to be at another conference at that time. But if anybody else wanted, if we wanted to
I
send it
think,
out in an email.
I just forwarded that email to everybody.
I thought you did too, but maybe we could just say that if you want to go, it's 108, feel free to go.
Is anyone interested in going?
I would be, but I'll be at another thing.
24th, is it a full day?
24th and 25th. I think it will be, and there might be field trips, so you could potentially opt out. I don't know if it's, I didn't look at the full schedule, but,
It's an HRF.
Oh, it's a Friday, Saturday. Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Michael, do you want to go? Michael O'Hare?
Michael O'Hare.
Yeah.
Yes, I have my mic off. Yes, I think I might want to go. I've been to a number of them in the past. It's a great group of people, good presenters and very informative.
Yeah. And it's in Kingston, so it's not far.
It's not far.
Yeah.
All right, you know what, Mike, what I'll do is I'll follow up with an email. I'll ping Nathan as well and see if he might be interested. And then I think it's $108 per person
4 member, yeah, 4 member.
for the for the 2 days, or is?
I think so, yeah, it should be for the full 2 days. If we're members, 108. If we're not members, it's 105, so it's not a big jump.
All right, fair. I think we have some excess funds
Yeah.
left over for this year.
Worth it then, yeah.
So, all right, so let me
Be a
see.
good
I'll
use.
reach out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We'll confirm that, and then like I said, I'll ask Nathan as well. Who else is there? Might know. Maybe Adrian.
Nora?
You make a motion to set aside the money.
So they make a motion to set aside the funds for that. We could just leave it now. Pay for that membership too, with whatever money we left over. But yeah, no, we
That's
could just
good.
do that. Yeah, we need to, we don't have a quorum. Do we have a quorum? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mike's
Oh,
online.
yeah.
Forms only in person.
Oh, Gina.
Then we don't.
No, but I don't think we need a quorum. I don't think we need a quorum for it. No, we did. It's what discretion, $100. All right, cool. Anything else? Anyone else?
We have these.
Oh my gosh, yes.
SUNY stuff, just quickly, they're starting to promote, interest in this project. So, I have some posters I'm putting out, there's English language and Spanish language, but basically, there's a bunch of events, locally in Hudson, and I should probably forward that, but I forwarded to Michael, at, SUNY, that, are potential venues for disseminating information. So if people are interested in attending some of these things, they might be able to encourage others to, and I'm thinking of putting this at TSL, in, between their movies.
Coffee shops.
Yeah, I mean, and, well, just, I was talking with a fellow there, and I can, if this is displayed for the next month or two, should be nice.
Maybe up on the Hudson Hub.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Maybe on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of flyers, I'm going to start working on the Leaves campaign
Mhm.
that will also go up on Instagram. And where did you print these?
Where? Samples.
Okay.
Is, question on this, for someone who's participating, is there any compensation? I can't remember if that was, ended up being part of the grant, really.
I am not sure about for the volunteers, but I don't know the answer to that. I wish I did know the answer to that, but, compensation for, the local
For the champion.
champions.
But that's
Yeah,
true.
for the people that are just,
I thought maybe someone who was giving their 530 something. I don't know.
and so, but I will confirm. That's it. Sorry to derail. We're over talking there.
Forgot. Anything else? Anything else?
I have a question. Community solar. I know that Brad presented to the common council after talking to the mayor about the proposal. Do you have any intel from the common council in terms of next steps?
We discussed it last month's meeting.
Yeah.
It sits on the council's desk and we vote on it. But I didn't see it. No one really had any, there's no opposition. Okay.
Maybe it's with the mayor's office. I think Brad mentioned we needed to draft up a letter that then would be sent out. I mean, it's a proposal that doesn't cost the city anything, and hopefully we'll just save money for residents, so I'm hoping we can push it forward, because it's just gonna save people money.
It sits on our desk for a month, so I think it was introduced, it sits on our desk, and I think we vote on it. We're not voting on it at this point, so let me say.
Okay.
But yeah, I explained also to everyone that it's an opt-in program. So if you want to opt into it, yeah, great, and you save what, 10% or something
I
like
think it
that.
was 10%.
Yeah,
So you solve it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll find out.
okay, thanks, I'm just curious if you could.
It's on, it's still on the agenda. All right, anything else? Anyone else?
Thank you.
No, okay, great. Thank you all very much. Thanks for playing.
You need a motion to
It's all motion to return. Second.
Yeah.
Motion, second.